I can't tell you whose switch I'm pulling yet. I don't believe that I would be behind Mrs. Clinton at this point at all. I only like Donald Trump because he's aggressive with business.
I am going to vote for Hillary because, for no other reason, she knows how Washington works.
I'm on the Trump stump. I have been since he announced it, and I was never a Donald Trump fan. I never watched The Apprentice. I never watched any of that.
I'm not for Trump, but I can understand the frustration and why he's getting so much attention.
The small business owners of Daytona Beach, Florida are divided, much like the rest of the country, when it comes to who they're going to vote for. But when it comes to issues they care about, they have one thing in common. They all want the economy to do well.
When people are making more money, they're spending more money.
Ken Peters has been a barber at this location here on Main Street for more than 22 years.
We get guys that only come in here once every 6 or 8 weeks for a haircut because that's the best they can do. But if they start making a little bit more money, they'll start coming in every 2 or 3 weeks like they used to. Guys like to keep trimmed.
All right, let's try it again. You ready?
Is this part of the trick?
Yes, of course. So you know it goes down.
Right, yeah, I got that.
And then it's going to go right back up. And then there's the heat. Feel the heat right there. That's one. Whoa, watch out! Hey!
Harry Allen's been running this magic shop since 1976.
Well, we sell mostly magic tricks. We do have some novelties. We manufacture over 500 items, make them ourselves. We represent probably 100,000 items.
Wow.
It's a lot.
His sales are even more susceptible to whether customers feel like they have disposable income to spend.
The economy is an issue because ours is not a necessity. So, you know, if you don't have to buy magic, you won't buy magic.
And over on the track of the famous Daytona 500, Greg Almec, who runs the Richard Petty driving experience, taking paying customers on runs around the speedway, feels the same way.
We're kind of locally a discretional dollar spend. So when folks come out, when the economy is firing on all cylinders, you know, we want more people to come out, enjoy, you know, having fun, driving race cars. Running their companies is a challenge for these owners. Helen Humphreys and her son Sean and his wife Laura own Humphreys Jewelry. She's been on this street since 1954.
We are often here till midnight. That's when we can do the estate work or do the paperwork, the taxes that are required. I mean, we really don't start turning a personal profit until sometime in November. I mean, that is shocking. You know?
And in case you don't believe what a burden that can be, just ask her son, Sean.
I'm here many nights till 12, my wife too, till 12, trying to stay caught up. The frustrating thing is no matter how hard you work, it just doesn't seem like at the end of the day, there's money left over. And that's the frustrating thing.
Omar Brown started his vegan restaurant, Kale Cafe, just a couple of years ago after losing his job in New York City. He loves his company, but wasn't quite prepared for what it takes to stay in business.
It's been really difficult, you know, as a small business owner. It's a lot more work than I've ever anticipated. There's so many moving parts. Your work is never done.
What these business owners want out of Washington is knowing that our government cares about the little guys, not just big business. So far, the view is mixed on whether any of the candidates really get it. Benjamin Parra feels like no one was there to help him out during the last recession when his plumbing business failed.
I wasn't able to go ask for a bailout. I think if the government would have been able to reach out to small businesses that are suffering, to be able to bail out the little guy instead of bailing out the big guys, I think you would have seen a lot of smaller businesses survive.
He and his family have moved on and have built this bustling taco shop based on low cost and high volume.
With people hurting in the economy, we get a lot of people. We get a lot of retired people. They come in, you know, they have a small budget. You know, you can have a nice full belly with, you know, with $20, less than $20.
One of the good things about my line of work is we're kind of recession proof, if not inverse to the recession.
Aaron Delgado is a criminal defense attorney at DeMore, Delgado, Romanick, and Rollins. Since his services aren't discretionary, there are plenty of people who need his services, but he needs customers who can afford his fees.
My business needs a thriving middle class, a thriving upper middle class. You know, I can't provide legal services to people who are destitute.
Lisa Minig and her brother TJ, along with their mother and father, have owned Davidson Brothers Citrus for about 20 years.
It's such a fun store.
It is. It's fun. Kind of old Florida.
You walk in and it just screams Florida, right?
Yeah.
I want to buy every single thing in this store. I'm going to walk out with a big thing of grapefruit.
Lisa still doesn't know who she's going to vote for.
When you hear the presidential candidates talk about wanting to help small business and small business is important, do you feel like they're talking to you?
I don't so much feel that it's getting to us.
The Minigs are not alone in feeling disconnected from the federal government. Mario Stemberger is the chef and owner of the Dancing Avocado Kitchen.
I think there's so much taking place nationally and internationally that I think small businesses fall off the radar of the national politics.
Yeah. Omar Brown thinks that the candidates get that small businesses are important to the economy, but is not sure how that translates.
Do you feel like any of the candidates are looking out for you as a small business owner?
I'm not sure. I don't know. That I can't say.
What message do you want to hear from the candidates as a small business person?
Pretty simple. I want to help the small businessman succeed.
At the end of the day, no matter which candidate comes into office, Ben Parra sums up what many like him are thinking.
I just hope that whoever becomes the next president, they just look around and care.